Welcome to the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast, the space where we celebrate the power of community and the joy of gathering around a shared table. I'm your host, Sandra Colton-Medici, and each week we explore how to create meaningful connections, lasting traditions, and delicious meals that make every guest feel at home. From hosting tips to heartfelt conversations, we're here to help you lean into the season of gratitude. So pull up a chair, there's always a place for you here, right at the table. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Colton-Medici, and welcome to episode 8 of the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast. Let's be real for a second. When was the last time you sat through a dinner with friends without somebody, maybe even you, checking a notification, snapping a photo of the food, or scrolling during a lull in the conversation? Our phones are amazing tools, but they are terrible guests. Today we're talking about the digital detox dinner and the phones in the basket challenge. We're learning how to protect the sanctity of the table. And the quick win for today, set your do not disturb to kick in automatically at 6 p.m. tonight. Give yourself permission to be unreachable for just 2 hours. Let's go offline. Before we dive in, I have an announcement. You might have heard me say this last week, but we have some new social channels and I want to make sure that you are up to date. So at the end of the episode, I will give you all of the details so that you know where to find us on all of the social media platforms. And I'm spotlighting a makeshift dinner party that I spotted online recently. You are going to want to stay to the end for this one. One more thing, I'm starting something new. If you heard me last week, I said that we are going to use the seat at the table in the comments of every podcast. So let me know if you have taken a seat at the table this week. Say something in the comments like, "Hey girl, I'm here. It's Kayla from Denver." Or, "Hey, I'm here. I brought the sides and the vibes. It's Taylor from Alaska." I'd love to see who has taken a seat at the table, and we'll try to do some shout outs in upcoming podcasts. So let's talk about the phone stack versus the basket. Now, to make this work, you need an actual physical landing zone for all of the technology. Your action item, place a beautiful basket, a decorative tray, or a literal shoebox by the door. As guests arrive, they check their phones in just like they would a coat. And what's the vibe for all of this? Make it lighthearted. I like to call it the phone valet. If you're at the restaurant, try the phone stack in the center of the table. The first person to reach for their phone during the meal, they're on the hook for the tip, or they have to host the next Friendsgiving. Gamify it a little bit to keep everyone present. Sometimes there's a little bit of sensory overload. Now, if we're taking away the digital stimulation, we have to replace it with a little sensory stimulation. So your strategy is serve interactive food. I'm talking about things that require your hands and your focus. A peel and eat shrimp boil, build your own tacos, or a fondue pot. When people have to work a little bit for their food, they don't have a free hand to reach for their pocket. It creates a natural rhythm of do, eat, talk. That doesn't leave room for the scroll reflex. I want to get your opinions on everything from tablescapes to how to handle guests who trash talk other guests after the party concludes. So head on over to my YouTube channel for that and so much more as we lean into the Friendsgiving lifestyle. So how do you deal with phantom vibration syndrome? We've all felt it, that itch to check the screen as we host. You have to manage the tech anxiety. It's a real thing. So you have to establish the policy. What is it? Establish a designated photographer, one person that is allowed to take 3 quick photos of the group at the start. And then that photo goes into the basket too. Your action item, if someone is expecting an emergency call like the babysitter, let them keep their phone on the kitchen counter, not the table. It creates a boundary that says, I'm available if I'm needed, but I'm present because I want to be. Over on the Friendsgiving shop, I've introduced a new way to send your besties a note. In addition to physical products, you can now see our new e-cards. You can personalize the note that you send with each e-card as well. And because you are tuning into the podcast, you're first to know about our latest physical product. It's coming to the shop this week. Last week, you might have heard me introduce our new textured and aged tan brown leather cover guest book. And you can get those on friendsgivingshop.com right now. And for the big reveal, we now have square Friendsgiving invitations for 2026. As you know, we also have our forest green invitations on our website right now, but these are so dang cute, aren't they? I always love a square option, and it comes with 10 of these in each pack and the matching envelope. Go get yours on the shop today before they're gone. All right, so without phones, the conversation might feel pretty exposed at times. You'll notice more silences at first. That's okay. Use those silences to practice what I call deep noticing. Ask a friend about something they mentioned 3 weeks ago. Without the distraction of a screen, you'll find you're actually hearing the tone of their voice, not just their words. Hosting hacks are always great. I try to give you at least one in each episode. So this one is key. Have a physical object on the table to fidget with. Maybe it's a bowl of unshelled nuts or some interesting tabletop cards. It gives the restless hands something to do while the brain relearns how to focus on one thing at a time. Now, you may have heard me talk about this last time, but I have to tell you again. You can now subscribe to the Side Dish Energy newsletter on my website today. It's delivered to your inbox with care, and you'll find new product announcements, subscriber-only sales, and fun behind the scenes of what is coming soon. It's called the Side Dish Energy newsletter because the sides are where it's at. So if you still need some inspiration or even invitations, head on over to friendsgivingshop.com and check out all the great stuff that's happening online, because there are blog posts on our journal, event planning ideas, food inspiration, and so much more. All right, let's wrap this up, shall we? The greatest gift you can give anyone in 2026 is your undivided attention. Let me say that again. The greatest gift you can give someone is your undivided attention. A digital detox dinner isn't about being anti-tech. It's about being pro-connection. Your call to action today, I've put a Phone Valet sign you can print and frame in the show notes. Put it out for your next dinner and see how the energy shifts. The Friendsgiving Lifestyle is about the connection, not the caviar. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the podcast, take a moment to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Like I say, sharing is caring. Send a link for the podcast to a friend, and don't forget to listen to the Friendsgiving soundtrack for February. It's on Spotify now. Next week, we're heading into March with the Spring Equinox Reset, where we talk about clearing out social clutter and refreshing our guest lists. If you'd like to sponsor an episode of the Friendsgiving Lifestyle Podcast, or maybe you have a product that you want reviewed or featured in an upcoming episode, send an email to support@friendsgivingshop.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Friendsgiving Shop, on Blue Sky and TikTok at Friendsgiving Shop, and on YouTube and Pinterest at Sandra Colton-Medici Official. I did also just create a Pinterest and YouTube dedicated to the Friendsgiving Shop, but I haven't posted on there yet. But I wanted to tell you anyway. And if you made it this far in the podcast, pat yourself on the back. You are in for a real treat. I spotted a very cool TikTok video a while back, and I wanted to share the images here. Nicole, she had a very small dinner party in her room. She transformed her bedroom into an elegant affair, like literally breaking down her bed and moving it into her closet. Now that's what I call making it happen for the squad. She allowed me to share these images, and I hope this inspires you to transform your space and share your love with your community as well. Don't forget to grab your Friendsgiving 2026 square invitations now on the shop, and check out our latest journal articles, Why Your Friendsgiving Party Needs an Official Website, and one of my favorites, The CEO's Guide to Friendsgiving, Mastering the Art of Strategic Hospitality. I'm Sandra Colton-Medici. Put the phone down and pick the friendship up. I'll see you right back here at the table next week.